Hi, lovely creatives. I'm so excited for you to join me today for your very first lesson of the Creativity Journal. So, on the third page, you'll find a how to guide to show you exactly what you need to do on how to use this journal. You can also go to my socials and get a video there that tells you exactly how to use this journal. So, you can order your journal from me directly, then it will be printed and bound, or you can order it on Etsy and it will be a PDF file that you can download and then you can print it at home. So I just want to show you my very favorite art brush that I use for my coloring and my watercolor pencils, and this is the best sharpener around, the Faber-Castell one. When you open it up, it has space for your color, and then it has the bigger and smaller one for your graphite. So I'm going to use these paint pens as well. I really love them, the markers. And then I'm just using some colored pencils from Creator Color, which is my favorite watercolor pencils, to go with my color palette that I chose. I'm just sharpening them quickly. You can now start by reflecting on the verse above that is referencing Hebrews 2:9. So you can just maybe open it on your screen and just read it before you begin. And then we are just going to be still and color, that our mind can have a chance to just have stillness and mind dump. And I'm just going to start by lightly coloring in with the watercolor pencils. I'm going to activate the colors and then I'm going to finish it off with the markers. So you can go along or you can create your own. And in the end, I'm just going to highlight a word that stood out for me from the verse. Whispers of transition floating in the air. Brushing hand, I feel the gentle nudge. Colors of my journey, the lines begin to budge. Through seasons shifting, my heart learns to flow. Each stroke a story, every layer helps me grow. The palette of my soul is vivid, deep and true, creating beauty from the old to birth the new. In the dance of light and shadow, I find my way through the messy, raw and sacred shades of gray. With every mark I make, I'm breaking through. On the canvas of change, I'm painting something new. From stormy blues to the fires glowing red, healing hues emerge from the battles I've led. The inner garden blooms with colors unforeseen. Art tells the story of the places I've been. In the greenhouse of my heart, a masterpiece resides. Healing pours like rain as creativity collides. The whispers of transition, now a song I sing. Through art and grace, I'm embracing everything. In the dance of light and shadow, I find my way through the messy, raw and sacred shades of gray. With every mark I make, I'm breaking through. On the canvas of change, I'm painting something new. Information calls, I step into its tide, led by God's hand, with His love as my guide. Each brushstroke of faith, each texture of grace, unveiling the beauty in this sacred place. A tapestry woven from my journey within. a canvas of change. I'm carrying something true. Thank you. So now you can turn the page and we can go over to the next one where we're going to look at the reflections. It says, take some time to read 2 Corinthians 5, verse 16 to 21. What does this scripture mean to you? You can write words, you can draw a picture, whichever you prefer. And then the second one says, reflect on Romans 5:17. How does this passage inspire you to live out your faith in your everyday actions? So you can take some time and just reflect on that. If we turn to the next page, we're going to start with our art journaling. So I would advise you to take the back and front end of your journal to the side, and then we can start working on that page. I'll be using some gold leaf in the project. You can find that at your stationery store. There's lots of options available. But I'm going to start the art journaling page with just a very basic drawing of a crown that I just drew out. So turn your page, and then I fastened it on my mat so that I don't make the pages at the back wet as well. So I'm just going to activate my watercolor with some spray water. It works really well to get it activated and get that colors out. And then I'm just going to choose the color, which is a coffee color. So if you do not have watercolor, you can just mix some coffee and water granules together, instant coffee, and you can make a water paint out of that. So you're just going to continue painting the whole background, and you can decide how dark, how light you would like it to be. When you're done with the background, I'm going to start using the gold leaf and some music paper inside to just fill my crown up. But what you can do is you can take a magazine and you can fill it up with any like goldish color that you can find in a magazine and do a collage. So I'm just tearing up some pieces of the music paper that I found at a second hand store. I just bought a book and I love using music papers. So I'm just filling the background with that and then adding some more of the gel medium. And it's going to dry clear, so don't be worried if you see the whitish spots there, it will dry clear. And after that, I'm just going to start using one film of the gold leaf. I'm just showing you what it looks like, and I'm just going to use half a sheet to just paste it on wherever I want. I love the effect of having it just roughly added. We're now going to start doing the lining of the crown, but please make sure that your page is dry if you're going to use a marker, because if you use the marker on a wet page, you will ruin your pen and you really don't want to do that. So I'm using a glass liner that it makes a little puffy effect, and I really love that. You can also buy that at a stationery store. And yeah, I'm just completing that, and then I'm going to add some words to the bottom to just say what I love about this lesson and that I'm a daughter of the King. So I hope you really enjoyed this lesson, and I would love to see your artwork. You can share it on our Facebook page, or you can join our community on Facebook and also add your first lesson artwork there if you'd like. And if you had any revelation or something really stood out for you, you're welcome to share it there as well. And I look forward to lesson 2. My journey, the lines begin to budge.